Hey, it's Andrew Bocher with GY6 Vids, and in today's episode, we have a black powder pistol, and we're gonna shoot some stuff. All right, so before we jump right into it, let's talk about the pistol real quick. This is the Chiappa Napoleon Lepage. I'm not French. Chiappa Napoleon Lepage. I think it's Lepage. We're gonna go with Lepage. I cannot seem to keep my fingerprints off of it, so it's gonna have fingerprints all over this thing all the time. This is a black powder percussion pistol. It shoots a .45 caliber ball. It is a single shot pistol. Now this is a percussion pistol, it's not a flintlock. Flintlocks, when you pull the hammer back, you have a little pan. You put powder in that pan. When the hammer comes forward, there's a flint on the front of it. It hits, it strikes, it puts spark down onto the pan ignites the powder. Powder goes into the little flash port, goes into the black powder inside the barrel, which then propels the patch and the projectile out of the barrel. With a percussion pistol, you're putting what looks to be a small cap, like in a cap gun, on top of this nipple right here. You put that on top of that nipple, and when you pull the trigger, it's not good to dry fire these. When you pull the trigger, this hammer comes down, bam, hits that cap, goes into the powder, powder ignites, powder gets pushed right behind that patch, goes and pushes the ball comes out of the barrel with a ton of smoke and a bunch of pomp and circumstance. Should be a lot of fun. On this pistol, we do have a pre-staged trigger on here, so once you pull the hammer back, you have to pull it back every single time. Obviously, the triggers don't do that for you. The back trigger here is a pre-staging trigger. That allows you to make the front trigger, which is the trigger that allows the gun to go off, a hair trigger. So it gives you very, very little pressure needed before it fires the gun, to the point where I always have to hold on to this hammer in fear of dry firing it. Yeah, boom, it goes forward. So, this is so much fun. The process of loading a black powder pistol is very therapeutic. It's like one of those Zen sand areas they rake for comfort and peace of mind. That's what it feels like when you're loading one of these. It's just, I don't know, it's very comforting and it's very relaxing. Let me show you how to do that real fast. Where did I put it? Where's my powder measure? Oh, there it is. 1 second. Okay, got it. So this is a powder measure. This thing allows you to measure out the exact amount of grains of powder you're gonna put into your pistol, and that way you can kind of fine tune it and find out what works best for you, what accuracy you're getting out of what grains you're putting in. Pour the powder in the top. You then close this little hatch here, whoop, and that cuts off the top. That allows it to be perfectly flush, and you have just the right amount of powder in there that equals the grains you have set it for. You dump that in the barrel, you give the gun a few taps. That settles the powder down more, makes it more even. You then go to your patch. You then make that flush, and then you take your ball and you put it on top like that, and then you push down on the top, and that seats the ball into the barrel a little bit. You can also use a ball seater, which has a little bit of a concave tip, and that allows you to get that ball going if it has too much resistance. Then take your ramrod, that seats the ball to the bottom. At that point, you pull the hammer back. Once that hammer's back, you take your little percussion cap here. They look like old school caps for toy guns. You put that on the nipple, and now you're ready to rock and roll. Pre-staged trigger back here, that sets the front trigger, which sets the gun off, and the percussion cap just sounds like this. So, like a cap gun. See what these little .45 caliber lead balls will do. It's just some random targets downrange in slow motion and have some fun. Oh boy. Let's see what type of accuracy this thing has. Even though I'm ambidextrous, I'm using my left hand. It's my more dominant side. Plus I can put my hand behind my back and duel my target. All right, let's see what we got. Ooh. Hitting just upper right of where I was aiming. Not bad. Let's see what the next shot looks like. I know a lot of you are probably worried about, oh, is that ball gonna come back and hit you? Or, haha, the ball's gonna come back and hit him. One or the other. You can see when that ball impacts the steel target, it flattens out. But I'm hitting slightly high right. Let's just aim in the same spot and see if I can get some consistency. Stage trigger. Oh, buddy. Yeah, just high left, but within a decent size, bottle size impact. Let's move on to a better target. A little bit more of a dramatic look. Da 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 da. Oh! Oh. Watermelon downrange, this should be fun. See what happens with a 45 caliber ball. Wanted to show you a loading process. So we have the 28 grains of powder. Patch goes in the top. Ball goes on top. Get it seated. Seated in there like that. Then you get your rod. Rod goes all the way down. You have your percussion cap. That goes on top of that. Glasses, on. Ooh. Gave the watermelon a haircut, went all the way across the top, took out a big old chunk cavern of it. Even though I was aiming pretty much on that little sticker, it still hit high. So I gotta remind myself, always hitting high, just to aim pretty damn low. Let's load up again, blast away. Oh. Too cool. Shoot it again. Let's finish off that watermelon the right way. Yep, it's happening. Paint can, duct tape, road flare. What's not to love? Oh, it's so juicy. Aim small, miss small. Aim small, miss small. Aim small, miss small. Lord, make me fast and accurate. The Patriots, one of the greatest. So aim small, miss small. Hopefully I can hit that paint can. We're a tad bit close. Don't do this at home. All right, here we go. Set trigger. How can you not like this? Oh. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it landed over here. I saw the paint cans go straight up. It painted and charred the inside of the watermelon. Oh man, it reminds me of an ambrosia salad. The smell is weird. It's got that summer watermelon smell mixed with aerosol, like propane paint. Oh, look at that. And I am wearing earplugs, by the way. I get a lot of people going, your ears must be gone, bro. You must be freaking deaf. Nope. I mean, I have tinnitus. Mop, mop, mop. If you guys don't know where that's from, we can't be friends. There's a lot of work that goes into these videos, guys. I want to say thank you so much to you for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, for supporting over the years. There are thousands of dollars that go into each one of these videos, guys, and I'm the one who's doing all the work behind it. I don't have a whole crew. I don't have a bunch of minions. I don't have a trailer I sit in and smoke cigarettes while the crew does all the work. No, I set it up, I film it, I do post-production editing. This is a lot of work, so thank you so much for the support. So that being said, a big tip of the hat to our patrons and all our fan funding that we get, because without you guys, it'd be nearly impossible to do this right now. YouTube just does not put out a lot of advertisement on firearms-based videos, and almost all of them get demonetized in some fashion. And even if they do get monetized, there's like hardly ever an ad that plays on the video, and if it does, we make very little. So it's just a trickle effect. If it ever does get advertised, it's very little advertisement and very little money for each advertisement that gets put on the video. We're talking like 10 to 20 cents per 1,000 views. You can do the math on how much you'd make from that. Even if we were making $1 per 1,000 views, even a 100,000 view video would make us $100. So it's very tough to keep going and keep doing and produce high quality content. We don't have a ton of fan support right now. It hasn't been growing as well as we thought it would. That being said, this video has been sponsored by Guns of Glory. It's a mobile app that you can download for free. The link is in the description. The video game is based around kind of a large map, kingdom-based video game, and there's been a ton of video games like that in the past where you have to build your kingdom and fight other groups, but this one's based around the Three Musketeers, so it's pretty cool. You have to build lumber yards and food sources to feed the musketeers, and you have a training center where you can train the musketeers and you build up your army, and then you go and pillage and plunder pretty much, or defend your kingdom. If you're into that type of stuff, if you want to enjoy it, click the link in the description. It's definitely a unique game. So keeping up with that Three Musketeers theme, I decided to do the black powder percussion pistol, that kind of French look to it, even though it's not, period, it's not a flintlock. Hope you enjoyed, hope you had fun. Thanks a ton once again to Guns of Glory for sponsoring the video. As my fan support builds with you guys over at Patreon, click the link in the description. Much more to come, and I can invest much more into making bigger productions. Thanks again for watching, guys. It's Andrew Bocher with GY6 Vids. I'll see you soon.